So the King of England, also aka the King of Canada, because I know I say King of England because otherwise I confuse people. All right, I know that he's also the King of Canada, but I say King of England because otherwise you get Americans going, "Wait, I thought you guys had a Prime Minister. What do you mean you have a King of Canada?" But anyways, King Charles arrived yesterday in Ottawa for a very brief, just over 24-hour visit. It was technically 2 days, but he arrived and was gone with just over 24 hours. So yesterday he arrived in Ottawa. He attended various events, including a downtown market. He went and he planted, him and the Queen, because Camilla was with him, they planted a tree in Rideau Hall area, which is customary when royals, I guess, visit, because he has planted trees in the past. His mother has planted trees in the past. So, but the main reason why he was here for his visit was because he was going to give the opening of Parliament throne speech, which is usually done by the King or Queen in the past, representative, the Governor General of Canada. So in this case, it ended up being the King that came and gave the throne speech. Now, it was sort of still a very basic throne speech. I mean, the throne speech is to open Parliament, to talk about what the plans are for Canada in the next 4 years, what the Liberals' plan is. So, I mean, if you're sitting there thinking that, oh, gee, it sounds like a Liberal wrote it, well, it was written pretty much by our government. It was not written by the King. Some of the more key moments was him talking about how, being in Canada, he always feels that, like, the more time he spends in Canada, the more Canadian blood starts to flow through his veins, or something to that effect. And then he also made sure to state that the fact that Canada is the true north, strong and free, which, while not saying Trump's name in any regard, definitely sent a message, a very strong message to Trump and the United States, that Canada is an independent and sovereign nation. Which I am not a fan of the monarchy. As soon as the Queen died, to me, I really don't care. It's just another friggin' white man in power. I don't care. But I think under these circumstances and what we are facing right now, with the constant, bringing up by Trump that he wants to annex Canada, I think it was very important for the King to show up, show solidarity with Canada as one of the Commonwealth nations, and say, that Canada is a free and strong country. So while I again don't really support the idea of a monarchy and stuff like that, I think right now it is something that we do sort of need our connections, we need our friends. So it was good that he came and did all of this, and plus it's also just interesting. I mean, to watch how traditions are carried out, how one must, talk to the King and approach the King and all of those different things is quite interesting. I will note I was very surprised that Charles was showing so much interest and talking to people and spending time with, to the point that at one point Camilla was having to kind of guide him along because he was taking too much time talking to random people when he we got to get on the plane, we have a schedule, you got to go over here and do this. And so it was nice that he was spending a lot of time getting to know. It's almost like perhaps Diana has rubbed off on him, during those few years that they were together. So, because I don't feel like his mother put as much time talking to everyone. I mean, he made sure that he talked to and thanked each and every person that he sort of came across, spending lots of time with all the people in the crowd and so on and so forth. So yeah, it was interesting to watch. But the funny thing is that out of everything that happened today, the biggest talk was about Justin Trudeau's shoes. Apparently, I did a video making fun of it earlier. He had these Adidas shoes on that are green and orange. So, of course, everyone just had to talk about the fact that he was wearing tennis shoes. Oh, my God, he was wearing tennis shoes, not dress shoes. I frankly don't care. He was in a suit and tie. I mean, he was wearing what he was supposed to be wearing in terms of what, But it's Trudeau. Like, he likes to wear his funky socks, and who knows, maybe he was having problems with his feet. He needed more comfortable shoes. You know, dress shoes can be very uncomfortable and very tight. And that's just the men's ones. We're not even talking about the women high heel ridiculous ones that we have to put on. So, in attendance were former prime ministers. Stephen Harper was there. Kim Campbell was there. Jean Chrétien was not there, unfortunately. Apparently, he was getting minor heart surgery done, and they put a stent in, so he was not there. But we wish him the best and hope for a speedy recovery. Justin Trudeau's father there, former wife of Pierre Trudeau, Margaret. I want to say Margaret. Please say I'm right. Margaret Trudeau was there. The wife of former Prime Minister Brian Mulroney was there. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then of course all the MPs, the Governor General, the former Governor General was there as well. There was quite a few different people, and I'm pretty sure, despite the memes, that Pierre was there too. I swear I seen a photo of him up in the balcony in the Senate. So, yeah. So, overall, I think it was a very boring event and a boring speech given by a boring British man. And honestly, I am happy for that. Because frankly, it's like every time something comes out of the U.S. news-wise in terms of the government and speeches, and it like my heart just skips a beat. Like, it stops, because it's like, oh God, what else is going to happen? So to have a very boring, very normal, like obviously a special occasion, because this does not happen all the time, but still a very boring speech that just talked about GST being removed on homes and you know, changes made to laws and so on and so forth. Just boring, a boring speech, which is great. It's great. I was happy, you know. So, and yeah, I sat and watched it. I don't know if anyone else did, but it was like I said, it was interesting and yet at the same time boring.